Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of TreeTalk. I'm Lo, this is Pepper, and we have a great episode for you today. So, some scores and results from past games. Women's soccer beat Pacific 9-1 in their exhibition match at home. They then traveled down to Southern California and beat San Diego 4-0, and then UCI 2-1. They play Thursday, yesterday in this video, against University of San Francisco, and they play Sunday, August 27th against St. Mary's at home at 5 p.m. in Canadian Stadium. Now in the men's soccer, they won 3-1 against Sac State in their exhibition match. They play Thursday, again, yesterday in this video, against Creighton, and then they also play Sunday, August 27th against Georgetown in Kagan Stadium at 1 p.m. Women's volleyball plays today at Northern Colorado to open up their season, and you can watch it at 5 p.m. on ESPN+. And they have their first home match on August 29th at 6 p.m. against Florida in Maples Pavilion. Field hockey also plays today against Maryland at noon in the Field Hockey Stadium, so make sure you go out and support. Some updates and news from teams on the farm. All 12 of our men's gymnasts are competing for national team spots this weekend in San Jose. Good luck. Hope that you guys get spots. Men's basketball is on their foreign tour to France and Greece. They will be playing the French teams Nanterre 92 and Tremblay, and they will also be playing the Greek team Lavrio, as well as just exploring and having a good time on their foreign tour. Football's preparing for the first game of their season at University of Hawaii, Manoa. Speaking of Hawaii, if you are willing and able to donate to the wildfire relief funds for wildfires on the island of Maui, listed below and in the description are reputable agencies to donate to. Being in California, we understand the detrimental impact of the wildfires, and if we are able to, let's make sure we continue to help out those in need. Stanford Athletics is implementing a clear bag policy for all athletic events this school year, not just those in Stanford Stadium and Maples Pavilion. If it's a clear bag like the rectangular ones, they can be no larger than 12 inches by 12 inches by 6 inches. You can bring a clear 1-gallon plastic resealable storage bag, or a small clutch no larger than 4.5 by 6.5 inches. So make sure that you are not getting turned away at the door for having the wrong bag. As this is being filmed, we still have not received a landing place in a Power 5 conference, or any conference for that matter, for the majority of our sports for 2024 year. There are a lot of rumors circulating about potential ACC membership being independent, etc. That's all I'm gonna say on that. We still have not heard anything officially or see what will go on. This is a special episode of TreeTalk. We have 2 athletes for our Athlete Spotlight today. And yeah, let's roll a clip. Hey guys, welcome back to another Athlete Spotlight. I'm Lo, and you're here with
Nia Harrison
and Kellie Pagador from the women's soccer team. So today we have both these lovely ladies here for our Athlete Spotlight. And you want to start off with introducing yourself, like what year you are, where you're from, what major you are.
Yes, for sure. I can start. So like I said, my name's Nia Harrison on the women's soccer team. I'm an outside defender from San Diego, California, and going into our junior year, which is like absolutely crazy. This has been going by way too fast. For my major, I'm majoring in bioengineering with a minor in poli-sci, and I'm also president of Cardinal Black, which is our Black student athlete group on campus. So yeah.
Nice. Thank you, Nia. Kellie.
I'm Kellie Pagador. You could also call me Pags. Also on the women's soccer team, outside back on the left side. And I'm from Roseville, California, junior. And also I am majoring in psychology.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. So first question I have is, how did you guys get into soccer? Like what started that?
You want me to go first?
Go.
Okay. So basically for me, my mom just like wanted me in things early on. Like she just put me in like swim, gymnastics, like dance, all this random stuff. And like I literally did not like anything. I would just start like crying all the time. Like I hated like anything she put me in. Like, and I would just give up. And then she put me in soccer as like round 4 or 5 of like me trying something. And like I still wanted to give up. But she was like, you know what, like you've given up too much. Like I can't be teaching my kid this. Mind you, I was like 3 years old, so it wasn't like this was like anything pressing at the time. But she was just like, she couldn't teach me this lesson like young, that I could just quit whenever I didn't want to do something. And like she saw that like I was like actually like could be like decent-ish only because like we played sharks and minnows, and I like waited until like all the sharks went, and then I just went on my own. So then she thought like this was like my time, like this was my moment to like be good in something. So she was basically like, you can't quit. And then I just kept doing it. I ended up actually liking it, and now 17 years later, here I am. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's quite the story.
Yeah, quite the story. But yeah.
Okay.
For me, my older sister played soccer, so I ended up playing soccer. When I first started playing it on like a rec co-ed team, I just like cried all the time.
Wow, so we're like the same.
Yeah.
We're
So I
the
was, like,
same.
around 5 years old, and I actually like basketball first. So I like that was super fun for me, and then I was crying playing soccer. As I as I got older, a little like end of elementary school, I started like just playing both, and then also volleyball. And then I had a pick, and I started getting invited to like soccer stuff, and it seemed like soccer I could just go further in. So yeah.
3-sport athlete over here.
Pags is cracked. Pags is cracked.
Wow.
I don't know.
No, Pags is good. Pags is good. Pags is good. Trust.
And so, why are we here on the roof of McMurtry building?
Well, I just like a lot of like random spots on campus and like just like exploring and whatnot. And McMurtry has always been like honestly like a safe place for me. I'd say it's like usually like very, very peaceful. And it's like has like a beautiful view of campus. We can try to pan and see it. But it just has a beautiful view of campus, and it's honestly always been a place for me to like reset, especially when like especially being a Stanford student athlete, like things can get really hard. So it's nice to just come here, like be at peace, like reset. And yeah, it's just a beautiful spot, honestly. I do homework here, hang out with friends at times. It's like it's just a really nice spot for me.
Yeah. For me, it's like the same thing. But I actually had one of my freshman fall classes here, so it was like my first, I guess, class building whatever that I came to, and then coming on top of here, just doing work by myself is something I do.
Yeah.
That was bad.
But the view's worth it. The view's worth
Exactly. Like, you might not be able to tell right now, but
it. It's
like,
really nice.
all of campus is behind us.
Yes.
It is.
Go on, Madison.
Yeah, Madison with the camera work.
Yes. Get in there.
Oh, love that.
Nice.
Thank you, Madison. That was beautiful. Next question for y'all.
Okay.
How did you decide on Stanford? How did you pick that like this was going to be your home for 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was kind of like I wanted to pick a place where I knew, like take away soccer, right? Because obviously, I think, especially as athletes, we tend to make our sport our identity. So I wanted to choose a place where it's like, if soccer was like taken away from me, I'd still be happy. And I just felt like Stanford was that place for me. Obviously, the academic rigors there, athletically, we're up there, and I just felt like it was a good balance. And then also just like, I mean, the only person I actually knew that was committed before I was actually Pags. And it's like I'm gonna tell the story, but it's like we went to like national team camps before together when we were younger. We went to one together in Italy, and this was when I was actually deciding like what school I wanted to go to. So it was like between like here and like USC, and I was like, okay, Pags is committed to Stanford. Like if I like her, like I feel like Stanford's like the place for me, kind of. And like Pags was really quiet at the time, but I was just like, I like Pags. Like I think this is good. Like if Pags is going to Stanford, like she's so nice, da, 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 like I think this is like good. Like this is like good vibes. Like I'm feeling the signs. So it's just like knowing like positive vibes there. I felt like the style of play was also something I aligned with, and then overall like the balance of academics and athletics. So yeah.
That was great. For me, I was pretty like open-minded in the recruiting process, and kind of just like based it off my visits. And when I came here, like even just talking to my parents after, like it was just so good. Like everything was good about it. And then I came, like, kind of grew up coming to the Bay Area because all my family's around here, so that played a huge factor. Like my grandma and like all my aunts and cousins are nearby, so they could come watch the games. And then just like the style of play as well, and just like the team culture of Stanford women's soccer.
Mm-hmm.
So,
hey, we've known each other since 7th grade. Like it's been a while, so yeah.
that's why
We like this.
And speaking to them being like this, you guys and some of your other friends are some of like the tightest group of friends on like within athletics and outside of athletics that like I have ever seen. How would you say that balancing your high level sport that is nationally recognized, balancing the academics and balancing hanging out with friends, like how would you say that your time doing that has been?
Okay. Oh gosh. Let me think.
Yeah.
we're different.
We are different
a little
because it's like we have like, okay, I don't know who you're specifically, because there's either the 5'5" or like us, and then also Brendan and Essay too.
Yeah, that's what
I think those are like our two like main like friend groups within athletics. So for context, we got the 5-5, which is like our class on our team. So now the junior class. So it's me, Pags, and our other three teammates. So it's Haley, Avani, and Dre. So we're like the 5-5. That's like the name of our class. And I'd say like we're for surely like one of the tightest. I would say one of the tightest like classes out of all sports. Dare I say? We're pretty up there.
Really
like who
close.
else do you like know though? Like peep the Instagrams, like peep everything. Like I feel like we're always like this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's that, and then we also have our two guy friends, Brendan and SA. They're on football. We met them just because they were next door to me in Uj in my freshman year dorm, and then I just brought Pags over. I was like, Pags, like you gotta meet these guys. Like we're all gonna be like this, and it worked. I don't really know how, but I think it's the fact that like we all relate to each other in like some capacity, like at least like with the 5-5, like obviously we're going through everything together, and the fact that like we're such like a small class, it was kind of like it just felt natural with them. I think like just because we're going through the same things, I felt like we've always been very open with each other, which has been helpful. And then with Brendan and Essa, I feel like it was nice too because we were all kind of going through the same things but in a different way, but we were also each other's escapes from that.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Especially just like freshman year in general. And I think 5-5, like we're so close because each one of us have like just different personalities, and we just like all mesh together. So
today like we all like hung out and like did work together today and stuff, which is like obviously like that's like part of like the work-life balance. Like we just like we're like through everything together, which I think is nice. I guess like balancing it with Brendan and Essay, it's like we're all aware that we have very busy lifestyles, but like we just like I think it's like recognizing that we all like have that. It's not like, oh, if I didn't see them for a couple days, like they hate me, you know. Like we're just kind of like we're all going through this like crazy insane lifestyle right now, and we like all recognize that. So it's just kind of like we know deep down like we're all like really good friends, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Within soccer, how would you say that you guys have navigated like advocating for yourselves and being like athlete advocates for your whole like your team?
Being like a Black woman in soccer, that comes with its own, I guess, like sets of adversity, especially since it's like a predominantly white sport. We're very fortunate that our team is like very diverse. I'd say like we actually like we have a lot of different ethnicities and nationalities represented, which we're like very grateful to have, but not everybody has that luxury, which is sad to say, but the sport is growing, which is also super exciting to see. Educating people, I guess, in a sense, on like Black history, especially within sports, and like how we're perceived compared to like non-Black women, I guess, within the sport. We're often like masculinized. We're like stronger than what we are. Like we're like because that's like, oh, like a Black woman can have an injury and a white woman can have an injury, but like the Black woman has to like go through it. A white woman can just like say like, oh, like I need a break or something like that. Like there's that type of pressure, which is I think is something that's like important to share. Like something I've shared with my teammates too. Also, being a woman in sport in and of itself is like already being an advocate too. I think we do that a lot on our campus because I'd like to say like our women's sports are really cool and like very successful on our campus. I can say that for almost like I think like all of our women's sports, like we're ballers, you know, and I think it's important that we share that.
The way I'm like taking the question is like for me on my team, just being Christian and like finding the FCA community, which is like Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and like how we can like spread love and like be a light on our team and just like be positive, even though like not everything we do is what we want to go through, I guess. So in that way, I guess just like being a positive teammate and encouraging.
Also, I'd like to shout out Pags right now as well. She's a very big advocate for like mindfulness and like those types of practices as well. You can share on that if you'd like, but I think that's something that she really like. It's like a big value she brings to our team. So I want you.
That's just like the psychology part of me. A big believer in like mind-body connection. So like meditation, visualization, like there's so much power in our thoughts and like our beliefs, and what we believe like really becomes a reality. So again, going back to like that positivity, it's like that same thing, and just like facilitating that throughout the team.
And kind of segueing off of that, off the field, off the pitch, outside of soccer, what is something that you're passionate about?
I'd say like a big thing for me at least is just like using my voice and like activism overall. I feel like it's something that I wouldn't necessarily say always. I think it's something I've like grown into as a passion, like especially throughout like the latter end of high school. It was kind of like piggybacking what my last answer was, but just like advocating for Black women. I'm also half Filipino too, so it's also like the duality of like being a biracial woman and like having to fight like that type of dynamic as well, which is also difficult to navigate at times. Being a woman, advocating for mental health as well, that's something that's very important to our team, and also something that like I brought into Cardinal Black, for example, too, like where we've done like mental health panels, especially within the Black community. I think that's something specific to like harp on. So like taking that all in, I think it's just like using my voice to uplift others is like a big passion I have.
For me, I think it's just basically the two things I talked about, like FCA, and then like I do research in a lab, so like in the mind and body lab, so the same stuff I already talked about, but also just like being a person outside of our sport. Like I love to be in nature. I like to go surfing, like hiking, anything, like taking those opportunities outside of sport to just like enjoy life, because there's so much pressure here on Stanford's campus, and it's so easy to be like caught up in that.
Yeah.
So
Go into some rapid fire. You
Okay.
guys ready?
Okay.
Okay. First question. Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Yeah.
Can you please insert pictures of our dogs?
Yes. Oh my God. What's your dog's name?
DJ and
Cody.
yes, they're so cute.
Boots or cleats? Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Mia Hamm or Abby Wambach?
Mia Hamm.
I would say Mia Hamm too. Yeah.
Okay.
Just for like history's sake.
Best TV show of all time?
Oh my gosh. Best TV show of all time is not rapid fire.
Your favorite from three categories? Okay. Animated?
Animated. Okay.
Best animated TV show?
Attack on Titan.
TV show. Wait. SpongeBob.
SpongeBob is good. Like I would say that. I'm just saying like
Best like kids TV show?
like
I'm
that's
gonna
so
go with iCarly, because yeah.
Okay.
Big iCarly.
I'll just go on the same wavelength and just go against you and say Victorious.
Older person, not like I say older, like something that you can't like show a little kid, like The Office or
The Office. I'm gonna say The Office. Like I love The Office. I think it's just like, but I can't even say it's like the greatest show ever, like in that category. But like it's just like a comfort show for me, so I'm just gonna have to go with it. Like I have to.
Okay. I'm thinking really hard.
I just don't imagine Patrick. I was about to say I can
good.
really watch TV
Yeah.
like that.
it's all good if you can't think of one.
I can't give an all time. I don't want to say like one that I like don't fully like
Yeah.
believe.
Yeah.
If you had to think of yourself as a Disney character,
It sounds so crazy.
Wait,
No, go ahead. Go.
Mulan.
Girl, I was
You were gonna say this.
no, I was gonna say mix some Tiana and Mulan. But that's so
well,
don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard.
Oh yeah, what show are we on right now?
Ooh.
What?
I'm watching Surfer Girls. Wait. Oh. TreeTalk.
I'm not watching any shows right now. TreeTalk.
TreeTalk.
TreeTalk. TreeTalk.
Thank you for watching Tree Talk. If you are interested in becoming a part of our Tree Talk team, either shoot us an email at treetalkshow@gmail.com or DM us at TreeTalkShow on Instagram. I'll see y'all at next episode. Thanks for watching. Not just those with different stadiums. So